A minha vida é cantar, nunca no mesmo lugar. Seja sozinho a dois, o resto eu vejo depois. O resto eu vejo depois, talvez, pode ser que uma mina firmeza possa trombar no rolê. É isso, deixa comigo.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Excited, thrilled to be here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm so lucky. Our game tonight featuring the New York Knicks as they go up against the Kings out in Sacramento. Well, for Sacramento, they've won 8 of their last 10, looking really strong. They've got to be pleased. Well, as we know, the value of great outside shooting perhaps never higher than it is right now. Kenny, in your mind, who are the premier shooters in the game?
I'll tell you, it's obvious that the Splash Brothers, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, top 2 guys shooting the basketball. Kyle Korver's right up there. An undervalued, underrated shooter, Carmelo Anthony.
Stop it. You name Carmelo before you name Dirk Nowitzki, before you name Damian Lillard, before you name Kevin Durant. I'll even put Jose Calderon.
Oh, you're kidding me. Over
Carmelo, yes, all day, every day.
Carmelo?
Yes.
Give me a shooting contest, Jose versus Carmelo. I'm taking Carmelo every night.
You set it up. Jose, what's up, Papi?
May 23rd, Shaq.
May 23rd.
Let's go down to Kevin Harlan.
We're here in California's capital, Sacramento, and a look here at the Capitol building. Thanks for joining us live for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And joining us in a bit later from the sidelines, Doris Burke. Welcome, everyone, to Sacramento, California, to a sold-out crowd at the home of the Kings. And, of course, Mario Chalmers. This is their first game without him.
Kevin, I've got to admit, I was caught off guard by this trade. He played such a big part for them. He was the last guy I expected them to move.
Yeah, but if you're going to make a move, this is when you want to do it, when a guy has basically lifted his ceiling. And so now it creates some other options, how that transition plays out and how those new pieces fit.
And now the New York Knicks starters. Calderon is out there with a foul. Then there's Robin Lopez. Then it's Anthony. And it's Porzingis in at the 4. Now here's Ellis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From past the arc. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Collison. That doesn't go either for Collison. A strong season from Darren Collison cut short last year. Greg shut down at the end of last February.
Yeah, he had that issue with his hip, and that kind of ended things for him in what had been a promising season. A shame, since he was having the best of his career to date.
Sacramento's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Hayward outside. Back to Collison. Kicks to Hayward. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Cousins. It's rebounded by Porzingis.
3 misses to start the game. Still trying to break the seal on that hoop.
Calderon with it. Picked up by Ellis. They set the pick. Calderon kicks to Afflalo. Jacks up a 3. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. For Sacramento, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Favors passes to Hayward. He kicks to Ellis. Screen by Cousins. Monte Ellis, and that's good. Ellis has got his first 3 points of the game.
And it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their 4th shot of the game.
Anthony kicks to Calderon. Lopez, a screen on Cousins. Here's Anthony, and the layup's good off the glass.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Collison kicks to Favors. And there's the pass to Hayward. There's the feed to Ellis. Screen by Cousins. From deep three-point range, Aflalo pulls it in.
That's now 4 misses on their first 5 attempts. Still trying to find the rhythm and flow here offensively.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Now here's Collison. He's coming off a 10-point game against Utah. And they double up Cousins. Here's Favors. It's rebounded by New York. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
And guys, they could have won that game on the strength of their offense alone. It was that good.
And most impressive when you do it on the road like that. They just kept coming at them wave after wave, and they really kept the crowd on mute in that one.
Here is Favors. Aaron Aflalo picking up that last basket. Favors dishes to Hayward. Sacramento again missing. Clark, this offense has really been clicking.
No doubt about it, giving the defense all kinds of trouble.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Kevin, earlier I spoke with Kurt Rambis. He told me he's wary about how they'll contend with DeMarcus Cousins inside. He said he's a beast in there, no doubt about it. Size, length, strength, and a ton of skill. The talent is really off the charts with him. And guys, he knows it won't be easy to muscle Cousins away from the rim, but he said that's what they've got to find a way to do. It won't be easy.
Thanks, Doris.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Yeah, they're scoring with confidence, Greg, making them count in the early going here.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence. Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
Calderon kicks to Anthony. Knocks it loose. Takes the 13-footer, and he connects with the jumper. Anthony's got his second basket of the night. Well, the main problem last year for the Kings, Greg, their defense. Just couldn't slow teams down on their end of the court, and it cost them.
Yeah, and listen, a lot of it had to do with the defensive problems overall. They were pretty much in the bottom 10 of every major defensive category, and dead last in blocks as well.
Nice shot by Porzingis.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
Yeah, the great field goal percentage to start exactly what they were hoping for.
Now, here's Collison. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Pass to Ellis. The shot's good. Collison making the play.
And you said it. I mean, the Kings had a tough time on defense. They also gave up the most fast break points in the league. I mean, they had a tough time getting back and defending in transition.
Calderon against Ellis. Here's Anthony. Plays it up and in on the nice reverse. Anthony's got 7. The Kings trail by 8. Here's Ellis. A 20-point game for him in the win against Utah. Can't hit from in close.
And the Kings were last in fast break points allowed. As you mentioned, what is odd was that there were rumors last season that the front office wanted to try out cherry picking on purpose. Pretty sure that's one of the worst ideas to try out in the NBA. And just a solid way to start the game, 4-5. And guys, Porzingis was almost a rookie last season, but he opted to pull out of the early entry and wait a year for this past summer's draft. Seems to have worked out for him as far as how his draft stock has changed.
And New York making a change here. O'Quinn's checked in. Now here's Ellis. 5 points in the game. Screen by Cousins, and it's Ellis penetrating. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Ellis has got 7 points in the game.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Greg, you're right with Porzingis. It made sense for him to wait one more year. Clark has a lot to learn, but still comes over, as a much talked about player, a much better player than had he declared last season.
I agree with you, yet he'll still need time to develop, but all the ingredients are there. He's got a chance to be a really good player.
Yeah, the Latvian had a great shot for his height, and he'll be an interesting stretch for in the NBA.
Good call.
Collison's shot is good.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
The Knicks leading by 7. Now here's Anthony, coming off a stellar performance against Utah. Dishes it to Calderon. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Sacramento's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Cousins. Terrence Jones comes in for Derek Favors. Ray Allen, he's checked in for Monte Ellis. And it's Mills in for Darren Collison. And then for New York, Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Porzingis. Derek Williams comes in for Anthony. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Aaron Aflalo. Allen outside. Mills in the corner. Back to Allen. Lets it fly. The shot no good. And New York the other way now. This game against Sacramento is the first time they've met this year.
And in their 2 matchups last season, they came up empty both times. Not really too shocking when you see how they fared overall.
Exactly. I mean, when you lose as much as they did last year, you'll get beat by teams that aren't playoff powers for sure.
Sacramento with the ball. The Knicks making the shot. Jones, no one around him. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. There's Galloway, defended by Allen. Galloway, the pass to Serafin. From 10 feet out, Hills with the rebound.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on it, they expect him to make it.
Feeds it to Hayward. Trains it from beyond the arc. Hayward's got 5.
That's 2 straight quick three-pointers they've allowed.
Defense just not reacting with enough aggressiveness.
Galloway kicks to Calderon. Nobody near Williams. That falls. Nice feed this time from Jose Calderon. The Kings trail by 8. Allen outside. Jones dishes to Mills. Passes it to Allen. 6 to shoot. Here's the screen. A shot by Hayward. Wide open. Another 3 for Sacramento.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now. And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint. And former Coach of the Year George Karl making his way back into the league last season. Kings picked him up halfway through the year to kind of stabilize their coaching situation.
Sacramento making a switch here. Ross is checked in, and Mills kicks to Ross. Shot's good. Ross has got his first basket of the night.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
And Terrence Ross showed fantastic development in his second season, but really took a step back last year. All of his shooting percentages were down. He exuded confidence, but still at times just could not buy a basket.
Now here's Calderon. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Utah.
And was a force on the defensive side as well. 4 steals over the course of that game.
Williams kicks to O'Quinn, and there's the 3-second violation. Why don't we take this chance now to show you the most active wing defenders in the league? These are this season's steals leaders at small forward. Well, you look at Williams, such quick hands, second in the NBA.
And this is the set of guys that can do as much or more damage with their defense as they can with their offense. They know how to swoop in for a steal from anywhere on the floor.
It would be nice to find a steals chart to see where they're getting all their pilfers from. These are small forwards, though, who play 94 feet of defense.
Back to Terrence Ross, Greg. You're talking about him. It's so easy for a young player to lose his way a little after coming on so fast. Clark, I'm not surprised that he's had a few bumps in the road along the way.
That's part of the development and growth process, Kevin. You've seen it with a lot of guys. His upside, though, is great.
New York's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Picked by Williams. There's the dish to O'Quinn. Here's Galloway, covered by Mills. Here's Serafin. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
You know, a team's rebounding is one of the great measures of its energy, and theirs has been terrific in the first quarter.
Yeah, they've brought it in terms of having another level of intensity right from the tip.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
3 of their last 5 makes come from beyond the arc. The defense has to react quicker.
Here's Galloway. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Utah Jazz. It's stolen by Jones. 4-on-3 break. Here's Allen, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. And Allen drops them both.
He has such terrific form and consistency on his free throw. Beautiful to watch.
Here's Galloway. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Shot to end this cold run. And that does it for the first quarter. The Kings on top, up 5. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And some tough time for the Knicks, but you listen to Carmelo Anthony, it's clear he's invested in this franchise.
They pulled all the strings to get me here, and I wanted to be here. And yeah, I want New York to be that place where guys want to come play in New York, you know, and I want to retire in New York. I mean, let's just be quite frank.
Knicks fans rooting for Carmelo to help make New York a playoff venue once again.
You know what? It's going to take a lot more than Carmelo playing strong to get the Knicks back into the playoffs and to make them a destination to where NBA stars want to come.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And let's quickly break down the game we've been watching for the Kings, guys.
The roof is up right now, guys. It's raining in here. A lot of threes through the first.
Hey, sometimes when it rains, it pours, and they have not let up from beyond the arc.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And New York, looking at who they've got. They've got Porzingis. He's out there with Robin Lopez. Aflalo is out there with Anthony. And it's Galloway in at the 1. Here's Galloway. Sacramento making their last shot, and that one's good.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now, here's Ellis. The kick out to Collison. Misses the 3.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of... And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Ross kicks to Collison. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned.
Here's Porzingis, and the three ball is good. Porzingis has got 7 points.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there. And it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
Ellis against the Flalo. Ellis kicks to Collison. Here's Cousins. Lopez with the block. The drive by Anthony Galloway. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. And now just a 3-point Kings lead.
And it became clear, thinking about the Knicks again, I mean, it made sense for a team with injuries and being in disarray on the floor to just battle for that lottery.
Collison kicks to Hayward. Back to Collison. Here's Cousins. It's deflected. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Porzingis can't hit.
You know, kind of packing it in for the sake of being better in the future can possibly work in New York for a year or two, but not longer than that. The media will eat you up there if you don't start making some progress towards winning, pleasing basketball.
The kick out to Collison. Drops in the tray. Collison's got 4 points this quarter.
There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
Anthony kicks to Lopez. Porzingis passes to Galloway. Lopez a screen. Galloway, no good.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Ellis dishes to Hayward. Screen by Cousins. Hayward passes to Cousins. Ellis wide open. Offline with his three.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Lopez a screen. Afflalo with it. Picked up by Ellis. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Well, last season, Greg, another year without playoff basketball in Sacramento. A shame to see some of the best fans in the NBA not be a part of the postseason.
And it's a great point, Kevin. Now, 9 straight years where the Kings have failed to make the postseason. 29-win seasons aren't going to get you very far when you're battling in the West.
Collison kicks to Ellis. He feeds it to Cousins. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Sacramento.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Anthony, the pass to Porzingis, and there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Collison with it. 7 points in the game. They set the pick. Cousins, no one around him. It's rebounded by New York.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Galloway kicks to Anthony. Pulls it from the elbow. Second chance shot. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Cousins has got 5 rebounds tonight. And here's Collison. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. Out to Hayward. He dishes it to Collison. Ellis, a good look. Sacramento again missing.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Aflalo outside. Anthony missing again. Kings leading now by 5. Here's the screen. Collison kicks to Cousins. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
New York calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Catching up on the changes for New York, Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Lopez. And it's Calderon in for Langston Galloway. The Knicks have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4. Free throw good from Aflalo. Williams, he's checked in for Porzingis. So he gets them both.
You know, as I watched Derek Favors last season, he continued to develop his offense. He was a big, unpolished athlete coming into the league. Had some conditioning problems, but now it seems like he's on track to be a force as a power forward.
Make some noise. Let's hear it for y'all.
Kings leading now by 5. Outside Collison. Pass to Cousins. Stolen by O'Quinn. Calderon against Collison. And Aflalo wide open. He shoots. That ball's nice feed this time from Jose Calderon. Calderon's got 5 assists tonight. Talking about Derek Favors, his points per game average went up last season, as it has done in each of his 6 seasons in the league. He's an ascending player.
He is, definitely refined his moves down on the blocks, and he's also become much improved at passing out of the double team, averaging a career high in assists last season as well. The arrow is certainly pointing up for Mr. Favors.
Now Aflalo, a 17-point game for him in the win against the Utah Jazz. Calderon dishes to Williams, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Favors passes to Hayward, and stolen by Aflalo. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Aflalo's running. Nice D from Cousins.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Kicks to Anthony. Count that one, and the Kings' lead has been cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Calderon.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Collison kicks to Ellis. Back to Collison. Sacramento moving it around. The jump hook. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. 9 points here for Cousins.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
And Aflalo kicks to Calderon. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Calderon against Collison. To the paint. It's stolen by Anthony. And now the Knicks on the break. With the teardrop. Aflalo, that's good.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
And that one's good by Favors.
Excellent feed from D.C., Darren Collison.
New York's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts.